Hey guys, Zach Currier here, Warrior New Balance athlete, and today I'm going to be showing you how to string up some iso warp mesh into a Burn XPO head. First part about this mesh is that there is a front and a back. You can tell based on the texture. The textured side will be the front, so you want to make sure that that's the surface that the ball will be in contact with. You can feel it's a little bumpier, and you'll see some welts in the sweet spot area that'll show you where your front is and where your back is. It's also 8 diamonds across rather than 10, so it makes it a little different when you're stringing up your top string, but it makes all the holes on the mesh bigger, and it really increases the hold all over the stick. So first thing I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go in the second string from the top, second hole from the top. Just pulls it down a little bit. I've got my piece of mesh folded over, my bumps on the front where the ball is going to be in contact with, and I am good to start. For our first diamond in this top string, we are going to lock it in. So we'll actually go through this hole twice. And since this is an 8 diamond, I'm going to go 1 hole for every hole across the scoop. So I start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now to start this, we are going down through the first diamond, in through the back, make our loop, and then the other direction we're going opposite. So we're going through the front, making our loop, and then going back down through that diamond to lock it in. So the waterproof features in iso warp mesh are one of my favorite aspects, along with the bigger diamonds that just add a ton of hold and helps you hold on to the ball. So one mistake I can see some people getting into is trying to do too much with the sidewall. I've pretty well got singles the whole way down here with 1 double. So you don't need to get too crazy with it because most of the features are designed into the actual mesh. So for this top hole and the sidewall, I'm using the same hole that I used for the top string, just so that it helps get us a better channel when we move further down the stick. And then I'm using interlocks the whole way down. So when I do that, I come through the back, around the outside of the plastic, and I'm gonna make a little loop. So if you don't have a loop like that, if it looks like this, all you have to do is come back up, make that loop, come up through that same hole, and then pull it nice and tight. I'm just going to keep doing that all the way down. And I'm skipping a hole in the sidewall. So again, for the same reason that I was using the same top hole here, I'm just trying to help with our channel here to pull down the mesh. I'm continuing with some more interlocks. And now you can see that I'm getting into the sweet spot of the mesh. So here's where I want to start making my pocket, and the way that I do that is by using more diamonds on the side here. So for this one, I'm doing a double so that there's a bigger pocket in this area. I'll go down through my first diamond, I will go down through the next diamond, and then after that, you just treat that second diamond like it's an interlock. And you go from the outside in, make your loop, and you go up through that first diamond. You pull that tight, and there's your double. So the rest of the way, just single interlocks until we hit the bottom. For the last hole here, we're going to go down through the last diamond, go outside in, then back out the hole above. And the reason we do this is so that it keeps our knot nice and tight and doesn't get loose. Stretching out the sidewalls before you string it is something that I do to make sure that the pocket stays the same as best it can. So make sure you pre-stretch those sidewalls so that it can stay as consistent as possible. Now for our bottom string, we're going to go in the 8 diamond row. So there's a 7 diamond row and an 8 diamond row. We're going to use the one with 8. And how I do this is I start in the middle, I come up, down through the outside, I find my first diamond in the 8 diamond row, which is this one. I go 1 diamond in, and then all we're doing is weaving in and out the whole way across that row until we get to the second last diamond on the other side. We go down through that last diamond, and we finish off opposite. So I'm going in the outside hole, up through the back, and then down, pull it nice and tight, tie it together, and you're done. So now onto our shooters, starting with our bottom string. And I'm going to be putting in 3 today. My top one's going to be here. So I'm going to count down, find where I should start my bottom string, which is on this diamond here. So all I'm doing is going in and out with the first half all along that row. So just going down and up, making sure that I'm staying in line. And then I am taking my second half and I'm coming above and below the string that's already in there. So I am above the string, I'm going to pull that tight, and then I'm going to go below the string this way so that it makes our shooter. An important piece here at the end is that I want to make sure that my shooting string is wrapped around the sidewall string. So what I mean by that is covering the sidewall string, and if I were to tighten this, it would pull on these sidewall strings. And that's our bottom string. I like to keep the bottom string nice and loose so the ball can roll up there and have a nice place to stay. I'm now doing my second shooter, it's the exact same, weaving it through. And I'll tie this one a little tighter to help with that release. The last shooter I'm putting in is a nylon. The purpose of this is to make it so that the ball will either hit the plastic or not hit the plastic. In my sticks, I like to keep this tight so that the ball comes off that last nylon and won't hit any of the plastic coming out for a nice smooth release. Some people like to feel it, so they don't put one in at all, or they keep all their shooters nice and loose. But I am a guy that likes to keep this one nice and tight so the ball comes out nice and smooth. Same thing here, just above and below. And now I can tie them off. So this one's nice and tight, so that ball doesn't hit the plastic. And then gradually get looser as we go down, just helping with that release. So the way that I do my shooters is that I have my top string as the tightest, and then as we go down, it gets looser. So this one would be our loosest string, this one is in the middle, and this one is tight so that ball can come off and have a nice smooth release where it's sitting on that bottom string, but as it goes up, it gets forced out of the plastic and towards your target. So here is the Burn XPO strung up with ISO warp mesh, and we got a mid pocket there. Off camera, I strung up an Evo QXO with a mid-low. So the one difference here is that I didn't fold over the top piece, so you can see that sweet spot is much lower, and now I've made this into a mid-low pocket. The ball sits nice and low, and when I hold these up together, you can really see the difference of that sweet spot getting pulled up as you fold the mesh over. I'm a big fan of this product, and hopefully these videos help you string a few up of your own, and I hope you enjoy it.